Every decision Emerson made growing up, ditching wheels for blades, moving away from home at 14, playing for his country, and finally jumping to the WHL, all of those decisions led up to June 25th, 2010 at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. It was to be the moment Emerson was rewarded for the years of hard work, and the feeling within his inner circle was varied. Some were living in the moment, but one in particular spent the week leading up to that moment trying to keep everything in perspective.
It's his first step. We're always confronted with the reality that only about 30% of even the first round draft picks will make it to be actual players with steady participation at the NHL level.
From a personal perspective, he's like a little brother to me. And you know what, there's so many things that he's gone through in his life, and just talking to his parents and his mom and his dad and just their environment in their life and what as a young man that you want him to do well. I mean, there's been players that Sean O'Donnell from the LA Kings, Wayne Simmons, Chris Stewart, I mean, you know, you go through Chris Simon, Rob Blake, Chris Chelios, these guys have all put their arms around Emerson because they love him. You meet him and you think he's a great kid.
As for the young man himself, he was starting to show some of the nerves you'd expect from an 18-year-old about to realize a lifelong dream.
Emotions are building up. I think it's going to be a hectic draft, lots of trades. It's going to be very active. So that's the only thing that's kind of making me nervous here a little bit. But at the same time, it's just exciting. It makes it a lot more fun.
Going into the draft, NHL Central Scouting had Emerson ranked 8th among all North American skaters, while the International Scouting Service ranked him 18th overall. The Anaheim Ducks were the first California-based team to pick with the 12th overall selection. There was buzz in the building as general manager Bob Murray approached the podium, with people wondering if he would choose the kid from just down the freeway.
Anaheim is proud to select from the Windsor Spitfires, Cam Fowler.
Fowler was widely expected to be a top 5 pick, and with other prospects making huge leaps up the draft board, the first round drama was building. And just 3 picks later, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman stepped to the podium with this announcement.
The Florida Panthers trade the number 15 pick in this year's draft to the Los Angeles Kings.
The hometown team had traded up 4 spots to get the 15th overall pick, and with the crowd cheering Etem's name, this was the Kings' announcement.
The Los Angeles Kings are proud to select from the United States Development Program, Derek Forber.
It turned out Emerson wasn't the first Californian selected. With the 20th pick, the Pittsburgh Penguins took Gardena native Bo Bennett, Emerson's close friend and former LA Select teammate. And as more picks went by, Emerson was forced to sit and wait.
Jared Connorty. Kevin Hayes.
Did they forget about me or what?
Quentin Howden.
Evgeny Kuznetsov. Mark Visiton.
Charlie Coyle.
Finally, more than 2.5 hours after the draft opened, the Ducks were on the board for their second pick in the first round, 29th overall.
Anaheim is proud to select from Long Beach, California, Emerson Etem.
Congratulations, buddy. Oh, good job, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Martin.
It almost seemed too good to be true. The kid who felt the need to leave home to put himself on the hockey map now had the chance to further promote California hockey by one day skating for the Ducks. It was a moment in time Emerson will never forget.
I hugged a lot of people. I could have kept on going up and up those rows. I had so many people there. I didn't want to leave them, and but at the same time, that walk that I did going up to put on my jersey, it was no better feeling.
Thank you, Mr. Bettman.
How great is this?
Oh, yeah,
it's huge.
Home. It's huge. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's a dream.
Emerson didn't have long to soak in the moment by himself. After being whisked off stage, it was right back in front of the cameras talking about the local connection, the feeling of being drafted, and the longer than anticipated wait. The Ducks organization could not believe its good fortune that Emerson was still available that late in the round.
Our guys loved him. He's a good young man. He's a nice young man. His interview was outstanding, so that's number one. And he's a good hockey player, so that makes it double good. So he did very well in all those things. He's been on everybody's radar. I mean, obviously we weren't thinking at 29th we had any chance.
It's just such a great feeling. I waited so long, longer than expected, but at the same time, it's just, oh, I couldn't be happier. I'm lost for words.
After the draft, Emerson's friends and family came together to celebrate his big moment, but there were some nervous moments for his contingent in the stands, even from the people who have been around the hockey block.
Maybe sick. Like I was enough. I can't imagine how he felt. I just didn't have any. I wasn't enjoying it at all because I thought he'd go a little higher, and I know enough not to think that, and you have to control your expectations because it doesn't matter. And I just thought, you know, it would be so devastating for him if he didn't get picked. And that's sports really, because it went from so devastating to when he got picked to getting the loudest cheer of the night.
The list wasn't filling in above him, it was filling in below him. So we had a little concern there for a while, and then I said, okay, it's not a big deal. He doesn't go in the top half of the first round because he's going to go with the quality teams at the bottom. So, okay, we'll accept that. And then, but as that started to slip away, and we had some anxious moments there.
But once they heard his name called, all of that waiting instantly became worth it.
As soon as they said from Long Beach, California, I was out of my seat. And so I didn't even see Emerson walk down there. I was just, hugging, and it was just great. It was great.
It was kind of crazy because the Lakers had just won, and I was starting to notice some of the confetti still coming down. A purple confetti came, landed on my shoulder. I grabbed this. I was like, Ducks pick. It's got to happen. Boom. I'm not one for a lot of superstition or anything, but I was just like, I want this so bad for my brother. And amazing. He worked hard for it, and it was great.
The man who has seen Emerson work the hardest over the years is convinced the best is yet to come.
To see where he's at now, it's really exciting. But I'm excited to see him, win Rookie of the Year. And I'm excited to see him hoist the Stanley Cup for the first time. And I'm excited to see him take a franchise that's playing at one level and take it to another level. And I'm excited to see him create the same kind of excitement in a city that LeBron James has done for Cleveland, or Michael Jordan did for Chicago. Or that's what I'm really excited about for Emerson.
Nobody can say definitively what Emerson's future holds, but one thing is for sure. The future potential of California hockey has never looked so bright.
5 years, this whole crowd here with us is going to be out there cheering for the Ducks because he's going to be on there playing in the good line and working his tail off, producing. The world it can be his, and with his work ethic, it can happen.
This is all just times of celebration. I know it's going to be, have some ups and downs later on, but this is such a high point of my career and so much positive emotions right now. And I know this is the first step of my career, but I'm certainly going to make the most of it.